Hello, this is Jack from tofluency.com, and in this video you're going to learn about the present perfect, so keep watching. Daniela from Italy asks, what's the difference between the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous? Thank you for your question. The first thing to know when looking at the difference between the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous is that it can be quite complex and it can also be flexible. So there are times when you can use both tenses. There are times that the different tenses only make a small difference. And also there are lots of little situations when we use one or when we use the other. But in this video, I'm going to focus on the two main differences. I do have a free download that you can get that goes into this in more depth, but in this video, I'm just going to focus on the two main differences. The first way to think about the difference between these two tenses is whether you are focusing on an action or a result. So here is one example. I've been reading all day. This is a present perfect continuous. The second example is I've read 100 pages today. This is a present perfect simple. Looking at the first example, the present perfect continuous, I've been reading all day. What we can say about it is this. It focuses on the act of reading, the action, being reading. So when you're using the present perfect continuous here, a lot of the time we are focusing on the action. I've been reading all day. However, in the second example, I've read 100 pages today. This is a present perfect simple and it focuses on the result. So we're focusing on the 100 pages, the result of the action. So that is the first difference. And as I said, there is a download with more examples. The second difference is about continuous and non-continuous verbs, because we can use both tenses for something that started in the past but continues in the present. And as I say here, we can use both depending on the verb. Here are two examples. I've known him for a long time. I've been helping him for a long time. So both are talking about something that started in the past and continue in the present. But in one example, we use the present perfect simple, and in the other, we use a present perfect continuous. Looking at the first example, I've known him for a long time. To know is a non-continuous verb. For example, we don't say, I am knowing him. Instead, we say, I know him. And that is why we don't say, I have been knowing him for a long time. Instead, we say, I have known him for a long time. So because to know is a non-continuous verb, we use this in the present perfect simple, an action that started in the past but continues in the present. The second example, I've been helping him for a long time, is a present perfect continuous. To help is a continuous verb. I've been helping him for a long time. So this is when we use it in the present perfect continuous. Now, some verbs can be used in both tenses. For example, you can say, I've lived here for 5 years, or I've been living here for 5 years. So with some verbs, we can use them in both tenses. That has given you an overview of the difference between the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous. But do not go just yet, because I have a free worksheet for you. It's going to summarize the difference between these two tenses, give you more examples, and there's also an exercise for you to do. So click the link to download that, and I'll see you next time.